Peace, peace. What's going on? We are on Behind the Boards, episode 12. And I got my brother Gant in the building. And I got my brother Ras Kass in the building. Of course, my brother Doc Spliph. And you know, some people will be jumping in. And what's the name of the group? These guys is in a group. This is crazy. What's the name of the group?
Jamo Gang.
And I found out these two brothers is rhyming together. I'm like, okay, now this is something different, man. This is something I'm interested in. You know what I mean? I posted y'all joint too on the Instagram. If you go see it, I tagged y'all.
Thank you.
That's the album right there. Oh, you can't.
Yo, I gotta get it from you, man. I'll support and buy all that shit. You know what I mean? I support.
This is Walking with Lions out now.
You got it like sideways and shit.
Sorry, this is Walking with Lions.
Yo, you guys a Primo track on there. Am I correct or no?
Yeah, there's one joint produced by Primo featuring Slug from Atmosphere, and then there's another joint featuring Primo. He does the cuts on.
That's what's up. What's crazy, I gotta say a thing when I first met Gant. Shout out to MF Grimm. I can't get a hold of him. I don't know what's
wow.
He's the one that gave me your number. You know what I mean? He's like, go check out my man Gant. I went to his house and he ain't showed me number 11. We did an interview on top of the roof. Remember with the bridge in the background? I still got that shit.
Yo, I just watched that video for the first time in years.
Yeah, when you were rhyming?
Yeah, I got a tank top on with a wife beater underneath. Like, ain't nothing changed, but still, like, I'm a little tiny ass, you know.
No, but that shit, that was dope. And then you gave me the record, It's All I Got. That's what it was called?
All that I got.
Yeah, on my mixtapes back then.
Hell
you know
yeah,
I mean?
yep.
And then I met Raz at what was the name of that place? It was in New York. What was the name when I was with Crumb and you was with the Mingle?
Shit.
It was a open store thing or something, a release something, right? Something.
I was trying to think of the name of the spot though.
It was in Staten Island or something like that, right?
Yeah, it was a record store kind of, right?
Yeah, they were asking you the stories about the game.
Games and all that. Yeah,
I remember I walked in. I'm like, why are they asking them this shit? You're like, let's get out of here. Let's go to the strip club. Remember,
yeah, man. Not of good times, man. I like that place, man. I forgot the name of it. Shouts out to Long Island, but yeah, I remember.
Yeah, I remember
good times.
You and Crumb comes like, yo, me and Raz, man, cool. When we saw each other, that was dope. Yo, shout out to Crumb, man. I'm trying to get him in the joint too. He's just got married and he's been busy right now, so I gotta get him back. I guess he just moved or something. But yeah, so what? How did you guys meet each other? Let me know how that happened.
Man, you know, we had run into each other a few times throughout the years. Like, I think the first time I met Raz was in 2006, 7.
Maybe.
I met you first, yo. All right, so
yeah. I didn't know Raz yet. We had a mutual friend, like his like former management. I had done a bit of work with, but then I met Raz one night, literally at like a bar.
Pete's Tavern.
I tell this story because it's funny. I tried to impress him because on Assassination, he mentions this drink called Orange Chicken and Hennessy and orange juice. So I went to I walked up to the bar. Bartender's like, "Hey, what's up, man? What do you have?" And I'm like, "Let me get a Henny and orange juice." And like Raz kind of looked up real quick and just kind of looked down. I'm like, all right, this guy.
I was like, that's random, but okay. Yeah. Like Pete's Tavern is like mad Irish pub.
Yeah.
You know.
Bartender's like, we don't have Hennessy, get out of here. But yeah, we became cool then, and then you know, we had kind of gone our separate ways. He's doing his thing, I'm doing mine. And then we ran back into each other again in like 2013, having a similar management again separately. But that's when him and I connected more, and we just started like doing records together. And I did a couple runs with him on tour, and I would sometimes open up, sometimes back, do some hype man and stuff, and then we just started making records together. And then fast forward, we became really good friends, and then we started the Jamo Gang thing in like 2016.
Yeah.
So damn, 4 years ago. Damn, that's just hitting me like recently. Damn.
We put we put an EP out in January 2018, and did a little run. But this album came out in May. This was like kind of our baby at that point.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. No, that's dope. I mean, you guys, two dope lyricists, dope people. That's dope. Raz, was you? I remember my boy Rockoleone, my partner's in the building, guys. I don't know if you met. I don't know if you met Rocco when you were at my house. Was you there that day, Rocco, when L came to my house?
Who?
15 years ago.
Yeah, I think I met him one time. I forget. I don't think it was at the house. I don't know. So
yeah, because we were somewhere else. I seen you somewhere. No, we went to do the interview, but there was another time I did see you too. But anyways, Raz,
good everybody.
The Coolio situation, is that what it first started? Is that what it was, or the Solar Ice? Yeah. Like I'm talking about like going back to the beginning and shit.
Indirectly, his producer is from my neighborhood that I grew up in. So, well, he's from the Crip side of the city that I ran around in. So, Wino produced for me, believed in me, him and Battlecat, DJ Battlecat. So my mama, literally, I was like 13. My mom would drop me off either to Nipsey Hood, to Rolling 60s, and I'd go work with Battlecat, or I'd go to Wino House, which was closer, and then I had to catch a bus back or whatever. So I ended up fucking up. A lot of this is documented, whatever, in the music. And ended up going away for about a year and a half, juvenile hall, CYA, and then I took a deal to be an adult to get less time. And Wino would stay in contact with me, just keep your head up, just encouragement, like, yo, we got you when you get out, because I had already lost the deal. But long story short, when I got out, he put me, I remember him putting me on the phone with Coolio, and I knew him from like Mad Circle and all that. He's like, I'm working with Coolio now, da 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 da. I'm like, okay, all right, cool. And then by the time I got out, like, Coolio was like going gold, about to be platinum, and really just the character of Wino and Coolio. Wino's the dude in all the Coolio videos with the big afro. So he's Wino is a triple OG from 190 Gang. And so Blue Da Vinci, my little cousin, is from 190, Gang of Niggas from 190, Delamo. So even when Absol is talking about Delamo, he in that hood. That's a gang, okay. 190th Street. So I got out. The niggas took me on the road, bro. Like, took me across this whole country, Lollapalooza, and just allowed me to be myself. So it's not really Coolio, it's really Wino, but indirectly, because Wino produced Coolio's albums, they made me a part of that journey. I was still my own separate artist, but I mean, think about it. Like, Coolio was basically the Drake. He was like the pop star in rap at that time.
Yeah.
To have that association, it definitely helped. It got me out. Got me around the fucking world on the tour. It was amazing. Around the country.
So you said you guys started in 2016 together. What was the first time you guys got in the studio? You guys did you just rhyme and ciphers together, or did you guys?
Nah.
Him and I were working already, because I was on some of his joints, projects he was doing, and then and vice versa, because we were always together, just in the studio, and then the Jamo Gang thing came about because J57, the producer that did all the Jamo Gang stuff, other than the track that Premier produced, Jay produced a joint on Method Man's, I don't know if it's
Purple Tape.
Yeah, it's a joint called the Purple Tape with Ray and Deck. He produced that song, so there was a video shoot. Raz was in town in New York, he is often. So he invited us to the video shoot in Brooklyn, so it was right near my crib. So me and Raz went through, and of course Raz knew everybody there. And then him and Jay started kind of talking, and Jay's like, "Yo, come to the lab tomorrow. If you guys get a chance, I'd love to just vibe out." So the three of us went in together and made
3 joints, 2.5.
Yeah, maybe 3 joints. Yeah, we just started recording that night, and then it was kind of on from there. We just really liked what we made, and then we were like, all right, we should do something with this.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what's up, man. So J57, you said that?
Yeah.
He's the producer, and you guys he doesn't rap. He just makes.
He raps on 2 songs, because he is an MC also, but he really wanted to take a back seat and just kind of be producer for most of the project.
I mean, I would too if it was both of y'all rapping. I would rap and shit. I'd be like, word. I'm like, yo, let me get on the beat. You know what I mean? That's dope.
He raps on a joint with that Premier produced with Slug. He's on that one, and he's on another.
And Highway, the other one with Premier on it.
Oh yeah. Ironically, yes. Yeah.
Everybody get in the studio with Premier, yo, can I get a verse and shit?
Right. Yeah, he picks his battles. He's
like, I'm gonna do the joint. I didn't even realize that that was like my sixth sense moment just now, man. I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah, it's always gonna be the Preem shit.
Right.
Like, yo, I got a verse.
So so you guys with the Preem was at headquarters when he did it, or he's got a new spot now or something, right?
Yeah, he's got a new spot now. Because headquarters closed down, but we recorded. I mean, we've recorded a few different places. This project, Raz was out in LA a lot, so he recorded out there. I recorded a lot here, but we were at Preem Studio a couple times also working with him there too. I go there pretty often, and then when Raz is in town, he comes over. So yeah, we shoot a lot of stuff there and vibe out with them.
That's dope. That's really dope. So you guys, this record you did, when did that record drop? The one you just showed me?
May 8th, I think.
So like 2 months ago?
Yeah, 2 months ago now.
Yeah. Damn.
Time just be going by fast, huh? Especially when you keep doing stuff like this. I mean, but this being stuck in the house shit sucks at the same time. But how you guys? No, go ahead.
That was a tough thing to do. Like, it's like, when do we put this album out? This album was ready to go way before that. The album's on Fat Beats, actually.
Right.
So
I saw the video on Fat Beats, the premiere. That's how I seen it.
Yeah. So we had a conversation with the label at that point, and that's when Fat Beats like, yo, I think this is a good time to put it out. So we're like, yo, the thing with me and Raz, and I feel like Jay's the same way. I don't like to hold on to things for too long because we're always making new stuff anyway. Like, Raz has got so much in the chamber right now. I know that without even having seen him in the past couple of months. So like, we're always kind of thinking ahead. So we're like, let's get it out. Let's go.
Right. I mean, it doesn't do no good, sitting on somebody's hard drive. I mean, at the end of the day, I guess we make it for the world. So let the world hear it.
Rock was looking at me smiling because me and him got a whole bunch of shit just sitting in my computer for fucking ever and shit.
Yeah, I mean, there's something to be said about, timing is everything. But at the end of the day, my logic is, fuck it, I'm gonna die. Either I'm gonna, get all the acclaim now, or motherfuckers will suck your dick when you die. And my kids will be rich. So I'm putting most of this shit out, and then they can take the hard drives and put the rest of it out when I'm dead and get some more money. I don't give a fuck. I won't care. I'll be dead.
Yeah, I'm gonna get that Ras Kass Elton John record, man. After you're gone.
Well, I'm writing. So I'm writing the album. I told my sister to take care of this one. So I'm gonna write the album for when I'm dead.
Yo, Raz, you gotta stop talking about this dead shit.
No. I plan to live for a long time, Pam.
Right,
but I'm definitely gonna write the album that, see, everybody gotta hold their tongue. If your money ain't up and you ain't the richest nigga, we play a whole bunch of reindeer games, nigga. I'm gonna write the album about who I don't fuck with. Fuck you, fuck this, fuck that. And I'm gonna wait 3 years after I die. Also, with strict instructions about who not to put on my records. Like, niggas be dying. You know, all that shit. Niggas die, and then they mama put up weird niggas that they didn't fuck with on their album. None of that. Don't put because he hot. Fuck that nigga too. I'm gonna say my shit and then release it. And the first song is gonna be like, "You can't hurt me." And I'm gonna say, "Fuck you," and you were a weirdo, and doesn't matter because I'm dead, nigga. And it's gonna be awesome. I hope there's a heaven so I can look down and laugh like a motherfucker. It's gonna be
awesome. That's funny. So what is it like? Like when y'all get in the studio, do you kind of have do you dive into like the rhyme book? Or is it more of like you just right on the spot, you catch a vibe, and then y'all go in?
I don't think we've ever had a going into the rhyme book before. I think every time we've written
on the spot.
Yeah, and of course, all of us have those. As MCs have those rhymes that are sitting in a book somewhere. But I don't like to use them. Like we kind of wrote to every single beat that was put our way, and Jay would provide dozens and dozens of beats. Raz and I would kind of we think similar. Like we're different entities, of course. Like, but we think very similar. So a lot of times we kind of be like, yo, I like this track and this track and this track. Oh yeah, I like those too. So then we kind of just we start writing to it, and like maybe one of us develop the concept on one of them, then one of us develop the concept on the other, and then send it to the other one, and then write it on the spot. And him and I make records fairly quickly together because we think kind of 2 steps ahead.
So it's a lot of punch-ins though.
No,
I don't know. I think they're
good reading off of paper.
Not necessarily. You know, there's not as many one-take willies, but you know, there's not a lot of punches.
I can respect it.
do you guys believe in the punching, or would you rather just be able to knock it first?
Me personally, I come from that era of the one take with 2-inch reels. And I remember when ad libs had to be fucking perfectly done, period, everything. That means nothing to me anymore. As long as I can get on a stage and do what I did on that record, then I'm okay with that. Because my whole goal is to give you the best execution of what I'm trying to present. This is the verse, and let me make sure my intonations are right. And because I flubbed one word in the 7th bar, fuck doing it over. I'm not doing that shit anymore. That shit played out. That's some 80s, that's some 1995 shit. We in 2020, bro. Get your shit, get it right, and push on.
Hell yeah.
So embrace all the imperfections. That's what you're saying.
Yeah. Well, I'm saying if half of the verse is good, I'm not interested in going back and doing it just so I can say I did it all at once. As long because what's gonna count is when I go do the show.
Word.
Yeah.
So when I have to perform the song, as long as it's bodied in, whatever it takes to make sure intonations are right. Because honestly, nowadays I'll go back and fix literally one word, like the P wasn't right, or the inflection wasn't right, and that era for me has died because shit is digital. But I remember that era. I remember fucking 4 tracks and literally having to spit it all the way down the whole song and then leave the part open for the hooks. Like one shot whole song shit, you know.
Yeah. I was thinking about Richie Valens and La Bamba, like when he like in the movie when he does his first song and they make him do it over like 700 times. But it's really that, but that like embracing the imperfections, like to an extent, like you want to get your shit right, but like when you overthink it, I noticed a lot. Last time I was in Europe, a couple cats I was working with out there, they were very adamant about making everything either production-wise or lyrically perfect. And they came here to one of my friend's lab one day who does huge records with dope artists, and he's like, man, the speaker, the monitors are like an inch too far off from the wall, like we wouldn't let that fly. And I'm like, yo, man, like sometimes it's about the soul of the music, like it's really like embracing that instead of like man, or like let me hold on 1 second, and like is this okay? Okay, now we can do this.
Yeah,
sometimes your delivery could be ill, you know what I'm saying, and you stumble one word. And then it's like, got decisions to make, you know what I mean? So
no, I think Raz made a good point though, because I mean I feel like that's a potent mistake a lot of artists make, is that they make songs for the studio, they make it for the album, and not necessarily for performance purposes. They want to just sound the best that they can on record.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? And then it doesn't translate when they hit the stage. It's like, wait, that don't sound it doesn't even sound like the same. They don't even sound like the same rapper. Who's that?
All right. Saying that, how do you guys feel when you hear someone rapping over themselves on the song and shit? Does that bother you?
That's that real shit. That's keeping. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, man. That's
if that's all you have,
man. Lip sync.
Yeah. Overdue.
Nah, bro.
You know, TV track when you go to the studio. Get that extra 10 minutes, 15 minutes,
right.
like.
Yeah, you make your TV track, rip out the lead. You rip your lead out. We write, that era of the young boys get away with it. I don't understand it. I think it's crazy. But I mean, it fucks me up. I don't want to hear me, because some part of the fun I have at my show is switching lyrics up. or switching patterns because I'm out to entertain myself. And sometimes things change, or you flub a word, or just whatever. You trying to just you want to improvise, so that takes the ability to improvise out. I don't fuck with it, but if I had like bad dance routines, I guess I would understand, like, you know, but I don't.
Well, if you didn't have your record in the first place, when you get to town, you got to go, let's go find the CD.
Right.
Let's go find the record.
Yo, speaking of dance routines, speaking of dance routines, who wasn't on another episode of Behind the Boards? I want to say
who it is.
I also don't want to, use the wrong name, but somebody told me that you was nice with the with the
with the
breaking shit.
Nice with the moves.
I was a breaker.
I think Sir Jinx said that shit. You was a breaker. You was a breaker back in the days. You was nice with it. I was like, yes, right.
I was
like, yo, Raz danced his ass off back in the days. He was a breaker.
Well, we called it housing though. Like we called it housing. I don't know why, but in LA.
About that shit. Yeah.
Yeah, I had a reputation out here. I was dope.
That's what's up.
I was athletic.
Yeah, I'm glad to hear you claim that, because the way that Sir Jinx said it was just like, yo, he hates when I bring that up. You know what I mean?
No, I mean, because the way they said is like, like I was like in back of BBD or something, like, you know what I mean? Busting the move. I'm like, nah, like I was like freestyling in ciphers and shit, like some breaking shits and battle.
I had my own school in scrap, and I doubled my way in a couple routines.
But Scuba and Scrap was dope still. Like, what was the dude from the other dude from EPMD? The little light-skinned dude, he would do the little... Steezo was dope. Rest in peace. Yeah, man.
Steezo, yeah, that's...
Yeah, I was doing my Daddy Kane shit, so we was all dancing.
You know, with the rappers, even at that time, they had to have their dance, because G-Rap was doing it too. You know, G-Rap had his dancers, you know what I'm saying? But I know G-Rap wasn't doing it with him, you know what I mean? But he had his dancers and shit. And everybody
just walked around. He wasn't interested.
You know what I mean? I interviewed Royce the 5'9" a long time ago, and he said that his inspirations that made who he is Ras Kass and Redman and shit. Have you heard that too before?
Yeah. I love Royce, man. He's such a like honest, and what, like, word to Guru, give the credit where it is due. Like, sometimes that's all, some people want is that actualize and say like, hey man, this helped me in my journey. Because not everybody's gonna get to be Eminem or Tupac or whoever the fuck is popping, but sometimes motherfuckers like completely sweep other people that contributed under the rug, and Royce is so not that. He's very honest about, and we're about the same age or younger, but I came out first, and so it's dope for him to give me my little juice, man. It makes me feel good.
Yeah, let me get an answer from y'all, from both of y'all each. Who's y'all influences that made you guys write, that made you become a rapper? Like, who's like, give me 3 people. You can each give me 3 people that made you who you are, you think, as an artist. Like, top.
You want me to go first?
URL, wherever you want to think.
Yeah, you go, Radley.
Oh, he's ready.
I mean, no, I'm not, because
it always changes. But I mean, from the beginning.
No, I'm highly influenced by a lot of motherfuckers, man. But I gotta say KRS-One. But then Ice Cube.
Ice Cube is hard.
And then Rakim. But then G-Rap. But then in WA, but then De La Soul, because they patterns, and they're underrated lyricists like a motherfucker, like Paz and Trugo. Like, it's so many nasty people. I just studied rap. I was a student. A lot of ill people. I would just say everybody. Mobb Deep. That was my favorite group, because they was little niggas. I remember when they came out, and I was like, damn, they my age. The niggas hit it from the back before even, bro. I bought that out like kid, like, yo.
What was the name of that group? Poverty. What's the name of the group? It was a different name.
Juvenile Hell. That was it. Yeah, bro. So Yeah, but I'd give most of my credit to KRS-One as far as like who I wanted to edutain people. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to do factual history, and then there's too many other dope MCs. There's so many dope MCs.
Gant, what you picking?
See, I think about like who I tried to sound like when I wrote my first little rhymes, like in the early '90s, mid '90s. So I always go back to that. I'm like, who did I try to sound like? And KRS-One was 100% on the top of that list. Big Daddy Kane. I have a lot of first rhymes. I'm just like taking and shaking and breaking them down. Like I got a lot of that going on. And then I got a couple. I got my Q-tip rhymes when I was younger. You know what I'm saying? Like laid back a little bit. I'm a huge, very much influenced by Scarface. I just think he's a preacher, and the way his delivery. And then I'd have to say, and Buckshot. Like I have 9 rhymes at 14 years old where I thought I was the fourth member of Black Moon at that point.
I remember you. I remember L when I interviewed you like that long time ago when we saw each other last time, and you said that one time you said you were real high and you were in the backseat of the car and your man played Illmatic and it fucking blew your mind through the whole time. And he said it changed your whole way of thinking. Right?
Yeah, I was in the back of this dude, my boy Daryl, who actually lives in Connecticut right now. He was the only black dude I knew with a Camaro. And he smoked us out, and that's when Illmatic came out. And I just remember like listening to it, and then I didn't even leave the car that night. I was just like I had to listen to it again and again and again. Like it changed me. That album changed me.
Yeah, I always credit Illmatic as the first perfect record. To me, lyrically, like I used to always go back and try to, like I'd fix lines, like he should have said this. And that was the only album I had ever heard, in my humble opinion, that lyrically was flawless, which motivated me to try to write Soul on Ice flawless. That was the goal, to like write the perfect album. He's the first person to do a perfect album, in my opinion.
That's crazy. That album, the whole album's crazy. But if you go back to first albums too, if you go back to, you're talking about Chris, you go back to Criminal Minded, and that shit sounds just as dope as it did back then and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then keep going on and on.
Even that video from My Philosophy, where it kind of like broke down in the beginning, that was just so inspired by that shit, like doing things differently, not just doing the song. Like I'm like, this is how an MC should do things.
Yo, Raz just froze up. Yo, you there?
He's like mid sneeze.
You might have to move. Oh, he's on. He looks like he's on the phone. I mean, the computer and shit. So I don't know. You and Doc, you in your picture, man. You guys got me, Rockoleone.
Yeah. I'm here. I'm here in every last bit of all this gem work.
Maybe he's got to pump back in. He probably got to punch in and punch back out. That. I remember you told me. I mean, I interviewed you to the whole. I just met you then, and then we clicked. And like, y'all come through, like you said.
Yeah, man.
You want to come through, like, you know what I mean? I mean, even during. I mean, I don't have a bunch of people in my house like that. You know
hell yeah, nah. Let's do it.
You come through, we could do some joints. You know what I'm saying?
I just wrote my album, and then I finished this album. So like, I took a little like breather, and I'm ready to write again right now, man. Like I'm hungry right now.
Well, that's what's up. Definitely.
I hate to ask this question. It's a thirsty reach, but you need any beats, fam?
100%.
I put Doc. I put my Gunslinger one in here. You can put a beat inside.
Oh, yeah, yes, man. Sir. Yo, Gunslinger's the joint. Yo, that's one of my favorite stress beats.
I sent it to Raz before, and I told him I just send it to him again. He's like, "Oh, give me." I don't know. His thing must have. I don't know if his thing died.
He'll come back. He's savvy.
Here he comes. Here he comes.
Yo, believe me when I tell you. You know what you could even do? You could even send like these guys a list of the top 5s, like the candidates who have like the most rings in the producer's corner, because every one of those cats are album, mixtape, ready. They're disgusting, bro. They literally make me want to vomit. They're my constant competition.
I love hearing cats like that too, man. Like just ready to come out of the gate.
For real, yo, for real. You there now, Raz? You look like you froze. You was like this for like a minute and shit.
Oh, that shit was crazy. Yeah, my shit dropped out immediately. I thought everybody. See, I should have said nothing about Illmatic. The guy.
You know what's crazy?
Hate it.
We was doing a show, and it was Marco Polo, Wordsworth, Jay Zone, and Jason from Special Teams. And Jason was telling us a story, and my power said boom, and my whole house, the whole power went out. And we was on the interview for like 2.5 hours, 3 hours maybe, and then I fucking damn, I lost it. I came back, that shit popped up. Do you want to save it? I'm like, hell yeah. I thought I lost the whole fucking thing. I was like, damn, man.
So
like,
Raz.
Uh-huh.
Ghetto Fabulous, your song Ghetto Fabulous.
Yes, sir.
How did that come about? Because I remember, if I'm correct, I heard it in the Dre song and it was used as an interlude in the video.
Yeah, it was a tango interlude and been there, done that.
So was it an interlude, or was you planning to be on the song, or you said, no, I just want to...
I wasn't, when that video came out, I hadn't heard it before. So I was working, Dre had just kind of started Aftermath. And so I was brought in to write through Mike Lynn, who was his vice president at the time. I wasn't even working on Ras on the second album. So this is like 97-ish. But to make a long story short, I heard it. He had brought us back in, and we were working on he was working on the firm, and he was working on we were working on potentially doing a group there, me, Exhibit, and Saphir. And I mentioned that beat. I was like, because I was going back and forth between New York and LA. I kept hearing, I heard at least 2 mixtapes where niggas was mixing other vocals over that sample, over that track. And I was like, and I loved it anyway. It was an instant hit in LA, just that interlude part. And my whole shit was like, you know what, fuck that. Let me get that. Because he was like, what, throwing me tracks. And I was like, nah, I'm going to go with the one that everybody already liked, that I like too, because I want to gun that out. And so he was nice enough to let me get it, and hopped on it with me. And yeah, Mac 10 did the hook for me, man. So,
all right,
that's what's up. Yo, L, do you still do music with your brother? Because weren't you doing music with your brother when I first met you?
Yeah, man. I mean, we still get down. He produced. Actually, I did like a little like surprise kind of EP when this quarantine hit. And he produced a joint on there. It's kind of the first joint we did together in a long time. But he's not as heavy into the scene and everything right now. But he's got a lot of bangers. He's a real talented dude, man. So like I still once in a while pull something out of his archives.
All right, that's what's up.
Yeah.
Yo, Raz, I gotta say this because we got a group chat. I know what they're about to say, and we always talk about artists better than artists, who we like better and shit. And I have to say it because you're here, and they're probably gonna be watching this. I always ask people who they like better, Ras Kass or E40, because I'm a Ras Kass fan and shit. You know what I mean? And I mean
that sounds like such a weird comparison.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And then when I say that, people will be arguing them to be going.
It's almost like a joke we got.
It's like a joke because to me, I was joking. I was like, to me, I'm a Ras Kass fan, so like, boom, man. I was like, you know what I mean?
I'm an E40 fan personally, so shit. If my opinion counts at all.
He's like two totally different rappers.
I just had to bring it up because I know they're watching. Like you,
like a joke we got going on.
If you want to, I've thrown this out to
but
people.
I like E40.
I mean, I love 40, man. He creates the LA slang. I mean, the California slang. Period. Like hands down, he is the one man responsible for 90% of the slang in the past 20 years of the West Coast. But I would argue that if you took E40, took his acapellas and put them over hip hop tracks, you'd call him a lyricist. I'm convinced of that. I think it's just the same. Some people just have unorthodox styles, a la ODB. Certain people with very unorthodox styles, and we appreciate them because 40 chooses West Coast production. We hear it differently, and I actually tapped a couple of producers to give me a hip hop track, and the whole it's gonna be. I want a hip hop record. Me, E40, and Royce 5'9", because Royce is
shit.
a 40.
That's crazy that I said that.
So and that's the whole goal is to change everybody's perception of what E40 really is. I think I'm 900% sure he's a lyricist. So I'm gonna give him a lyricist production and let him spaz out, and niggas gonna act like it's brand new.
That's crazy. It's crazy coming up. My peoples are gonna get on my ass about this. Now you said that, but you praised. That's what's up, though, definitely. You know what I mean? But yeah, that
you know, Raz nice though.
I had to say because we've been holding that shit up for years. I'm like, yo, you can't fuck with Raz. You know, but come on, man. I was saying that sarcastically, our mom and touch. I was never a fan of E40's production, like you say, and I never was. You know what I mean? So that would tear me apart from not really paying attention to somebody, because I always production first. Like, you know what I mean, not to get too far for your solo joint, but that Apollo Brown album was fucking dope too, man.
Thank you.
That album, you guys ever gonna do another one, or?
We've talked about it. We definitely got to do the second half for 48 Powers, 48 Laws of Power. So we got to do that.
Fucking crazy.
But yeah, man, you know, when it's the right time, when it makes sense. I have a couple of things I want to endeavor on, and right now he's putting out a new project, but he's such his soundscape, man. Apollo's just a beast, man. And my homeboy that owns Patchwork Studios in Atlanta, Curtis, he said he was my beat soulmate. He was like, you two together is what I'm like, fuck, okay, man.
Yeah, 'cause you did it around the same time. Planet Asia did his around the same time. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I was right before PA, I think. Yeah.
I remember. That must have been your connect, no? Because you
basically, yeah.
That's what I thought. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was vice versa. I didn't know, like, yo, because I was like, this is kind of close together, and these guys, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, that's my guy, man. Salute to PA. He just opened a clothing store in the city in Fresno. So, good shit. Mm-hmm.
Yo, it's crazy. The California, I noticed that all you guys somehow know each other, coming up through this, and it's crazy. Like the whole hieroglyphics and the alcoholics. I know all you guys somehow are connected all together. Like, it's crazy. Like it's like you like all grew up in the same area, but you didn't. You know what I mean? No, that's what it seems like. Like, as you're saying, because A Plus was talking about that Sir Jinx was doing their first album, him and what's the name for Souls of Mischief. They were doing his first demos and shit.
Yeah,
you know,
man.
They talking about you, and then the Dre shit would be in fucking Sir Jinx's cousin and Q being Dell's cousin, and fucking it's just crazy, man.
It's a blessing.
California. Shout out to California.
You know what it is? I think one of the probably just because in a place where the everybody's looking for gangster rap, so all the hip hop heads got to kind of find each other.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, you're from LA. A lot of rappers not from. They're like Oakland or like So that's crazy. But yeah, man. I'm happy to see y'all two brothers together doing this, though. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to keep it as the group. This is a group fucking interview. And I'm like, I want to ask Raz a question, but I don't want to. I want to keep y'all both. No, because this is what this is. You know, y'all's a group right now. And you guys are working on.
So both of y'all, right now, with everything that's going on, what's y'all purpose with the music? What's y'all purpose of doing music right now? What's y'all subject matter like? What topics y'all trying to touch on, stuff like that? Is y'all sticking to the script y'all been talking about, or you feel like you have to get into the socially conscious stuff, political?
Well, it's funny because like the Jamo Gang album was very subject heavy to begin with. There's one record on there where we're kind of trading, little lyrical jabs on it, like doing our thing. But I gotta say, most other songs on there already kind of touched on a lot of different subjects, like. We have a song in there about like school shootings, but like kind of from a different perspective. We had a super political joint on there actually. The video just came out, man. What, 2 weeks ago, Raz? 1 week ago?
Yeah.
We got a joint called Francis Scott Key, and that shit is going right at the throat, and it pertains to everything that's going on right now. And we shot that video a while back, and we were already planning to put it out around this time anyway. It just happened to be that we were going through all this change right now. But we talked about this the other day, Raz. A couple people, the director, his people, some other people at the label, they were kind of like, they really wanted to get that video out like a long time ago. And we were like, no, we're going to wait until like our albums or our campaign's out when it's time. And Raz made a very like prolific but sad statement. He's like, yo, man, like all this shit's going to, you know, unfortunately racism and all this shit's going to be alive and well. Yeah, that's it right there. Yeah.
I'm waiting for it to clear up to show you. I posted it the other day. See?
Yeah.
Thank you.
I posted it.
Salute.
4 days ago. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
Yeah.
The whole shit. You know when it says keep playing, so the whole shit's on there. Yeah.
But a lot of songs already were kind of content heavy. But you know, Raz clearly has been doing this, been talking about a lot of stuff that pertains to what's going on now for a long time, and I do as well. So like, you know, my next album coming out, I talk about that, but I didn't go and change my whole rule book. I didn't go, okay, let me jump on the train of this. What's, you know, it's like, man, we've been out here talking about this, especially Raz. So it's nothing new for us.
I mean, for me, Inner City Blues is one of those records where it, like, I've heard that record probably 5,000 times, and that's like a modest, you know what I mean, assessment. And I listen to that record, I could put it on right now, and it's going to give me chills because everything that was happening then and so on and so forth, and even way before that. But like that record in particular, just it speaks to every minute of every day. You know what I mean? Like, you know, what's happening. Not to get too deep into, you know, today's climate and all that, but like, it's not just today's climate. And that's, I say all that to say this.
Right. Yeah.
Climate.
I do feel like some people, some artists obviously have changed their entire rule book, game plan, and some doing it for good reasons. Like, I want to be a part of change, but some not so much. Some being like, man, if I start talking about this, you know, like they're
getting a new fan base and shit. Yeah,
right, man. Yeah, and you know,
it's really for the cause. It ain't for nothing else but the cause and shit. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Because I'm looking. I mean, go ahead, Brock. My bad.
No, I'm sorry. It's just a lot of pressure for artists to do that now also.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
you're right. You're totally right about that.
I feel like, you know, for me, I've been doing this my entire career. I say shit, you know. I said it in Solo Nights too. I was Kaepernick 20 years ago on some rapper shit. You know what I'm saying? Penalized by capitalists for being activists. But you should, you know, I suggest people being true to themselves. That's all you really, you know, as an artist, as a human being, look in the mirror and who are you? And so, honestly, you know, what I like about Jamo Gang, what I could comfortably look at Ras Kass in the mirror and say, my homegirl Diamond, she actually braids, or used to braid exhibit hair, but Snoop hair. She hit me, she DM'd me on the gram and she said, congratulations. She said, you know, I know what you've been through in your career, and you never broke. You never turned into the gangster rapper. You never turned into the, you know, super trap guy. You know, like, you know, that's a personal decision, man. You know, selling out is really up to you. And even now, like, trying to be woke, some of these motherfuckers are stupid as shit, and they shouldn't say nothing in the first place.
Yeah.
Like, just stick to the stupid shit that you used to, because as soon as you open your mouth, it just takes black people and brown people back fucking 15 years. You ever seen the news and they always ask the one nigga with one tooth, what did happen was, but I told him. That's how some of these niggas sound when they get to trying to talk. So I don't want them representing the cause. Nigga, just take your Molly, paint on your face.
That's why me personally, when I hear certain people rapping about this, and have been for years before it was, you know, quote unquote a popular thing, like I take a look at like where my son's career is went. You know what I'm saying? Like all the activist stuff that he's doing, you know what I mean? Like,
right.
so like that to me would be interesting to hear, like all of y'all on a record together, you know, like with today's climate and everything.
Yeah, I mean, you know, the text and the, you know, the most deaths. I mean, it's certain people that have been speaking and stuff, you know, and the Mysons and there's countless other less famous or you know, I think we all have our part to play, and I think in a way, I felt like a lot of people hit me and said, "Oh, this shit is real." I was like, "What? That motherfuckers is racist?" And you know, for me, it's like I hate to say I told you so, but you know, people tend to want to medicate. They don't really, you know, they want to live in the fantasy because it's too hard to deal with the reality of the world and country we live in. This was just a perfect storm for self-evaluation. You can't go nowhere. You gotta go sit and look at your stupid ass self. You've exhausted all the fucking Pornhub. You've exhausted all the Netflix.
Yeah, so now I ain't with Netflix right now too. I can't. I'm like YouTube. I'm surfing YouTube
right.
all the time.
So that it's time. So people are like music, but you can't play really dumb shit because you can't really do dumb shit by yourself. You can't turn up and put all your money to the, you know, and put your money like a phone when you're by yourself. Like you look like an asshole. So this was just a perfect storm for reality to kick in. You know, I'm happy that there's more awareness on my son and people talking some intelligent shit because we needed that balance. It's been a fucking flood of stupid nigger music, man. And I'm not a hater, but I could just say like that's not balance. If it rained fucking 364 days out the year and then the sunshine came out once, how the fuck is that cool?
But you alluded to a point, Raz, that you never broke, and I'm just thinking now, like throughout like maybe the last 20 years of hip hop, like I'm sure every few years, like because this happened to me on a much smaller level, but like somebody walked in the room at some point at every era of what's going on in hip hop and said, "You need to do this." You know what I'm saying? Yep. Like 2002, somebody wheeled in a Triton and was like, "Yo, you need to rap over beats played on this, and you need to talk about this." Or then it was like a couple of years later, it was like, "Yo, you're not talking about getting crunk right now, and they're not clap. There's no claps in your snares." And then all of a sudden, it's like, "Yo, you got no rolling hi hats in your production, bro. Like you got to start talking about lean and shit." Like every time, like someone came in and was like, "If you want to make it, this is what you got to do." And it's like and every time I remember having to explain to
different paths here, or just went like this.
Yeah,
it's like who don't give a fuck about it, and the people who do give a fuck about it, and the people who do give a fuck about it only usually have a bunch of guys there who give a fuck about it with them, and no females because.
But there's a lot of dudes that did break, and a lot of hip hop ain't letting them they're not letting them back in. They're like, "Oh, come on, we saw you, man. We saw you in that velour suit."
You gotta watch all your moves when you're doing shit. You know what I'm saying? You gotta,
I'm like feet now, you know.
I mean, me personally. Me personally, me personally, like, was if certain artists want to experiment, I mean, they're artists at the end of the day. So if they want to get creative, that's cool. But it's one thing you can still be creative and be authentic to yourself.
Right.
That's what I was saying.
Yeah, I think that goes without saying. We are artists. We are supposed to be creative and experiment. But that's why I said it's all personal. It's about like don't be fake woke. You know what I'm saying? Don't be fake woke. Don't be a fake thug. Don't be a fake I love you girl R&B nigga. Just be
right.
That's what I thought this was about. Was being about self-expression. I tried to. I even with the, there's I feel like Jamo Gang is not a political group. We're not Public Enemy, but we authentically 6 months ago came up with a song that. Ironically, Gant wrote. He came up with that record, the Francis Scott Key. So it wasn't like 9 times out of 10 that's not necessarily our subject matter. But Gant came up with the subject matter, and apparently, the music, brought out some things that he was seeing unjust in society. I added on to that, and some people might have said not to use that record because it didn't fit our brand. Right. That shit. We felt good about it's just being honest. It's true to ourselves, and it speaks volumes about us not having to scramble to make a mad record. We already had one in the chamber. from an Italian, from a white man and a black guy talking about the same situation that we experienced in America as hip hop brothers. That was dope because we didn't have to make a song. I don't have to make another fucking song about this shit ever again. I've been doing this since '96, talking about this shit. You know what I mean? Like some people, if you really just now want to get on the woke train and make a record, if you made a record in the past 3 months, then you probably shouldn't be making a record yet. You should be reading some books or something. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Word. What happened to not biting? Everybody, you know what I mean? That the biting was a key. If somebody sound like something like, it's the same thing, style, song, everything. Your identity, who you are. You know what I mean? Like the copycat shit, and the cookie cutter shit. That shit.
Just talking about that today.
Even it's so old school too, but people doing that shit, and it's like,
Now there's 200 groups or artists that don't use drums in their production anymore, and
right.
72 BPM. Like it's it's like
and Rock Marciano gets no credit.
Yeah. Do your thing, man. But like you don't pick a lane or do your thing.
I can tell you was at the drum machine tapping the BPM to find out, just to tap in to see what's going on. He said 72 BPM, like he knows.
Honestly, in my journey of making beats and doing production, way back in the days, you would find that hot loop and you would loop it, but you always knew you had to put some drums to it. You would just be rhyming to it.
Right.
That'd be the vibe, but you knew you had to put
you know what? Rock Marcy gets the credit, but I feel like you should give that to RZA with the Ghostface records, man.
You're not wrong.
That's Wu-Tang, bro.
Absolutely.
That's true.
Absolutely.
That's Wu, man.
Word up.
I mean, shout out to the whole Griselda movement, but they're not the only people doing stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, boom, it's
right.
They just got to a popular level, and they worked their way to it. They've been putting shit out for a long time.
Oh yeah, congratulations! Yeah, of course, congratulations to my brothers.
But there's
I just
more
like to
than
do.
that.
I always start. Yeah, I like to study what I like. When I fell in love with hip hop, I didn't start just with the, whatever LL Cool J.
Yeah.
I went and studied everything. So I like to get a credit on that production style. Give it to the Wu, man. Stop it,
that
kind of like Havoc too. Havoc was doing stuff like that too early and shit. Like
yeah,
the eye for an eye type shit. You know what I mean? Like that whole. That's crazy. But you're saying you go back in the days and listen to De La Soul, and you can listen to Public Enemy, and then you can listen to NWA. You could just go all around, and I'm not in the mood to listen to NWA today. Let me play this today. Not the same fucking shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, boom. And you know what I mean?
I found the Food Snickers. That's just random. I felt like saying that.
Shaquille.
Nobody ever gives them the shout out, man. Where's the food?
The Chip Food, man. Chip Food was fast as fuck, man.
I remember I got the Fushnikins album. I was so excited because I was like, oh, this Blast Move, Ring the Alarm.
Right.
Then they printed the lyrics on the back.
Oh, word?
And I went to read it, and I'm like, oh, man, like.
A ribbity.
It's just like, I love Fushnikins, don't get me wrong, but like, when I went to read into the lyrics, I was like, damn, man, like. I don't even know what this means, man. I don't know what this means.
You know what messed me up? The other day? I just listened to Ring the Alarm the other day. And after all these years, I just realized
lyrical 500 times in the song.
That was just like shit. Going away, the doom, doom. I didn't realize it till like now. I'm like, damn, how stupid am I? You could tell when the impeach the president on them drums, I just didn't notice it. Maybe I did. But I was like,
that was my album, man. I fanned out heavy.
Last Move was everything. Last Move.
Yo, when they say that shit is a gimmick, there's been gimmicks that won. Because
I got the green denim suit he rocked in Lush Move. I was that excited, man.
Nas Effects, when they came out, you know what I mean? That whole style, it was kind of a gimmick, but it was dope. You know what I'm saying? When that shit came out, the same like with the Fat Boys. It was kind of but it was dope. When that first Fat Boys album came out, you're like, what the fuck is this shit? You know what I'm saying? Like, but they consider their Fat Boys as a gimmick. You know what I mean? But you never know which way it could go. But then you got like, so I'm from Connecticut. Now I got the Skinny Boys and shit. You know what I mean? Like, boom, you're seeing.
It didn't work.
Yeah.
As much.
Fat Boys. They had the jock box shit, and I mean, that's what I'm saying. But the people see, okay, that works. What happened was you know what happened? The artists that wasn't really good, that tried to do good, end up becoming the label owners and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They put
and
out
the A&Rs.
Yeah, yep.
A lot of failed rappers become A&Rs, and they are resentful of anybody with any talent. They do not like it.
That shit is definitely crazy. So you guys got any features on that album besides the Primo joint? Or?
It's just we have Slug from Atmosphere, and then it's Sid Wilson, the Slipknot. Sorry, what am I saying? Yeah, DJ Starscream is on that.
We got
Slane is on that, and Sick
Jacket,
Massachusetts.
Yep.
So you guys are gonna be working on another one anytime soon, or you just taking a pause moment and working on what y'all do, and then come back in probably after? Or?
Yeah, we'll get back to it.
It'll just fall in place when it comes. Yeah.
Actually, my solo album, Raz is all over that too, because I got a joint produced by Marco Polo. It's one of the main joints on there. Raz is on that.
Marco Polo's dope, man.
Yeah, man, he gave me a real banger too, man.
It is dope.
He covered it. One of his producers.
Is it mixed? Is it mixed already?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I want to hear it, but then I hear it here. I want to hear it.
And we got another joint that Jay produced. It's Raz and Planet Asia.
Yeah.
So
I
heard a joint Raz did with on Apathy's joint with OC. That shit was dope and shit.
Oh yeah, man, I love that record.
I love
Apathy.
Shouts out to
OC and Apathy, yo, them the dope. I mean, Connecticut, you know what I mean? For real.
Self-titled.
Hell yeah, Blackistan's from around here. Blackistan did the whole demigods and all that.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. I actually met Blackistan a little bit after you came over, because he used to come out here and we would record. And Rocco was in there. We had, I was making beats with these guys, and we had a whole shit called the DOS, Defenders of the Old School. You know what I mean? It was dope. But back to you guys, man. Fuck me. Listen, this but for real, but it's dope. You guys got a whole nother. I don't know how to say that. You got. I want to hear this album. That's what I want to do. They got to go to Fat Beats to get it, because you got to let them know when they watch this. They might want to go hear it. You know what I mean? Let them know information.
All platforms.
Yeah.
There you go. Don't play hip hop bootleggers and download it for free. Go get that shit. You know what I'm saying? For real.
All right. But let's be specific. What exactly are we typing in the search bar?
Walking with Lions.
Walking with Lions. All right. Awesome.
Yeah. AKA the theme music to the Tiger King.
Yeah.
But not. But it's not.
Yeah.
But that's popular, so associated with that and go buy it.
Yeah.
No, but if you go to fatbeats.com, we got all the that's where it's at, right? For vinyls, for physicals.
Vinyl.
Yeah, we got vinyls, we got CDs.
Yeah, L, when you come up here, bring that to me. I'll buy one off you, man.
Got the yellow.
Ooh, what's the yellow?
Yellow jump.
Yeah, I remember OC sent me trophies with the Apollo Brown shit, and his shit's all white. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, I got it dirty quick. I was pissed, yo. Like, yo.
Our EP that came out in 2018, we have one that's like green and black splatter, Jameson Green.
Yeah, that shit was hot.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, the Jamie Green. We may have to go back to that after Alien. What was it called? Alien Fuck Puppets, huh?
The Souls of Mischief one. I got the blue see-through one. The Souls of Mischief album. And shit.
Nice.
That's it.
Raz, I still got the
cover's black. Nothing else. No. Oh shit.
Oh wow.
That's a cassette of the EP that they made some cassettes.
Oh, you gotta come bring that shit with you when you come.
So that's the orange tape.
The orange tape.
Oh, because how you guys met with the Hennessy and orange.
Yeah.
Was that planned or that just me guessing the shit?
That was subconscious.
Gant, you in Massachusetts?
No, I'm in Brooklyn.
In Brooklyn?
Yeah.
All right.
I'm down here in Covidia.
Before all this crazy shit happened, were you still DJing? Because I know you told me you were DJing, doing gigs and shit like that.
I've kind of chilled out on that, man. I actually a couple of years ago I opened my own bar in the city.
Cantina.
Raz was one of my best customers, and he was a celebrity just for other reasons, not even for that.
I would have known that. I'd have been out there, man.
I've been, man.
ELR. I'm not as involved with that these days, but I'm still around there. It still exists.
Yeah, this guy tashed up that Raz. He was like overseas or something. I'm like, he's overseas in this time and shit. He's like, yeah. I'm like, I don't know. Like,
I should be. Man,
I know this. I know this whole situation is fucking people up with you, like you, for doing that tour shit and all that shit.
Yeah, this definitely changed everybody's plans. It changed mine. I had a whole different get down for 2020, but you know, for me, it's been kind of cool to write, kind of assess my direction. And at least the country, you know, I don't know if it could get worse, but at least everybody kind of had a collective like moment of reckoning. Like, yo, this shit is not fantasy land we thought it was. This shit is fucked up. So maybe we can fix it now. Who knows? I'm trying to be optimistic.
I actually think that we're going to get a lot of good music out of it. I'm not saying from people that are jumping on the bandwagon, but for people that have been wanting to hear that now that they've been doing that, they could probably release shit they did a couple of years ago and it'll sound like it's new. You know what I'm saying? Like, for real, because people ain't going to be doing all this right now and shit with this whole situation. You know, and people, this is back to that conscious shit that's got to come back out. Like, they just got to drive these people to fucking realize that's what it is. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
To be fucking smart with your shit. You know what I mean? Like, not that the minstrel show shit, you know what I mean? Like, shout out to Little Brother, you know what I'm saying? Like, for real.
Mm-hmm.
Hip hop doesn't need everybody getting killed and rest peace, Fred the Godson and all that shit, but hip hop needs this for the music, you know what I mean? Like you said, the fantasy world's not right now and shit. I don't know how long this 6ix9ine thing is gonna happen with this to the way today is, but you know, kids are kids. Kids want to party no matter what. You know what I'm saying? Like when we were kids, we still got our moments now. You know what I'm saying? So it's like.
So Raz, pardon me if I'm out of pocket with this question. I don't know if this off limits. What's your relationship with Game right now, or is there a relationship?
We are nothing.
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 That's the fair response.
Yeah.
Nah, I don't go back into that.
Yeah,
that's how
Game has right now. Game is, you should be worried about that pussy he grabbed on that cost
that
all his
show.
money.
I know he wish he never did that reality show.
Yeah. A fool and his money are soon parted.
Yo, I think I seen you in an interview, Raz, with Bishop Lamont or something at somebody's radio station or something.
Probably, yeah, that's my brother.
Yeah.
From the same city. See you, Arson.
Yeah, this is totally random, but y'all got a promo code I could type in while I'm purchasing this album?
That's awesome. Thank you. I don't know if that really. I don't think it's gonna work.
No. I don't even know if there's one.
Yeah. You know, if you do, type it in here because you're gonna get all discounts on every price that people buy.
Yeah, word. I'm about to go in right now.
Google it. They might have a list of promo codes.
I don't think I have one.
How do we fucking do that? How can we make a promo code? Actually,
that's a good idea. I'll email the label.
Yeah, straight up.
All you gotta do is bring it here. I got you the money when you come out here. You say you're gonna come out. I got you.
You know how the Universal remote? They might have a list of promo codes.
My vinyl, I'm not gonna play it anyways. I'm gonna put it in my collection and shit. You know what I mean?
If it makes you feel any better, Stress, I don't have a vinyl. I don't have any of it.
Get it yet?
Nothing.
Oh, I sent
them out to you a week ago.
A week ago.
A week.
How long has the album been out?
I'm not.
I'm not trying to start no problems over here. You know?
Look, the Beatles, man, you gonna break us up. Yo, going on, man.
Nah.
I'm happy to see y'all working. Raz own turntables.
You know what? I don't have a turntable here, man. My turntable's at my mama's house, but I should get. I got vinyl. I don't even have a CD player, and I got CDs. I don't know what the fuck is going on. I don't know.
Yeah, nobody really plays CDs no more. That's what's crazy. People actually play more cassettes than CDs now. And I haven't played it. I got a cassette player. I play the USB shit. I put everything on there, and that's just I don't listen to the radio. You know what I mean? So I don't.
When we toured Canada, everybody asked for CDs. It was funny, man. Everyone's like, "Yo, you got a CD?" We're like, "No."
Now it's more it's like a fucking like a trophy more than
right.
Fucking, you know what I'm saying? Like the vinyl. The vinyl to me is the vinyl's like the trophy other trophies. You know what I mean? Like I had that shit in my shit and stay plastic up. You know I want brothers to sign that shit. You know what I mean? Like boom.
All good.
You know what I mean? Like but
you got that.
Raz, you gotta let us know when you come out here. You can come with Elo out here, man. You know what I'm saying? Like I was showing them, I got my little spot. I got a booth over here and all kinds of shit in here and shit. You know
I've been peeping everybody set up in the back. You
that guy, yeah.
We rappers pay attention to all that stuff. I'm seeing Technique headphones and all kind of shit.
Yeah.
I got the 2000 XL color fucking live right now.
Nice.
What's it called? Black on black right here. My 2500's all black.
Oh, that shit's fire.
Yeah, I got my new personal favorite headphones.
We're doing show up stuff now.
Oh wow.
The Bear Dynamic.
Okay, I just got this. This is my
Yo,
controller.
you can make some shit on that shit, man. You can make some. Hey, it's the man behind the machine. That's what it is, man.
Yo, I just got a program. I'm about to start.
You ever make beats before?
I produce most of Soul on Ice.
See, I thought my question would be silly if y'all had aspirations of doing beats.
We need them credits on the back like they used to be and shit.
Yeah, I did most of my first album. I would just take co-pro, but I was the one buying the records, looping shit. I did Miami Life, if you know that record.
For real?
I produced it, yeah.
That's crazy. Yo, L, you make beats too?
Hell no. I'll let the producers do that, man. I can only concentrate on one thing, man. I got such a regard for producers, and I just know that I'm not ever gonna be. But
you never know. Don't never put yourself in a box, man. You never know.
I spent the whole quarantine. I'm just trying to change my whole career from Kid Rock, bro. I've been learning.
There you go. You and Ras could go on tour. You can rap and you can play the guitar and shit.
I play the drums.
We're getting like the 60s.
Yeah, I love it, man. He's trying to take all the vagina on tour. He pull out the guitar, lead singer.
You guys need samples. I'll be playing. You know, I'll play some riffs and like I said,
bro, send me some riffs, man. I will have something to you 2-3 days tops. Probably 3-4 joints out of that.
Wow.
All right, I
like this.
Yo, Doc, I mean, I never did this before, but Doc, you want to pop in and show him something real quick? Like a minute or so, you got, just so you know.
I mean, I'd have to plug into my computer. If you want, we could do it a little later. You know what I'm saying? Like I'll gear it up so at least I'm prepared. Because right now it'll take 5 minutes, and that's just, you know what I mean. So, like I literally
he's got some joints, man. He got some joints.
Yeah, I want to lock in with everybody.
Yeah, man. Yeah, no doubt. Honestly, there's a whole kind of letting the cat out the bag a little bit, but I feel like this it'd be the perfect. Y'all are the perfect cast to do it with. Is kind of got like I'm trying to start like a best of the producers corner, because these cats, man, are just. I mean, I hear them. I'm a producer, and I got a lot of respect, like you know what I'm saying, from a lot of these cats, like my peers in the group. Mm-hmm. And I look up to some of these guys, you know what I'm saying? They hit me up like, yo, you're crazy. So it's so much love, so much dopeness, but there really is like a top 10, top 15 cats that are just on another level.
A lot more. Just some people come and come back because
exactly. I mean, we got Martians like straight up and down.
Nice.
Because they're all going against each other. They're all going against each other, you know what I mean? And they all sound different.
Still sharp and still though. That's what's up.
Exactly. And they're from all over the globe too. That's the dopest part, man. That's why so much people got love and so much love for Rocko and Stress, because I mean they literally like created something out of nothing, and they brought all these dope producers together, and we all have a community. Like we all literally text each other, see how each other's day's going, the whole night. Like we all become family. You know what I mean? So
about bringing people together, man.
I gotta tell you, man, Raz is playing it real cool right now, but he's hearing you and he feels like Gollum from Lord of the Rings right now. Like he finds a treasure trove of production. He's like,
I mean, I told Raz about it, but he'd be busy. I don't want to be pushy and be like, yo, like fucking stress block, motherfucker. Like, yo,
I'm at you, bro. This is good.
Yeah, because none of us in the group like are thirsty like that, because we genuinely have a passion.
Hungry, they got beats, man.
You know what I mean? Like, we just have a passion and love for it. I mean, we spend our every little extra on the paycheck to get new gear, new plugins, everything to try to beef up the production, get it right. We all share and exchange information. Like, nobody's stingy. That's what I love about this group. Cool. If you got a question, we'll jump on Zoom, screen share. This is how I do this technique. Like, we want each other to get better.
Yeah, man.
You know what I mean? So it's dope.
That's incredible.
There's crazy town around this globe, man, and nobody know about and shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you said the Portuguese cat was nasty too, right?
Martello.
Martello, yeah.
Yo, he's the beast. Jay Florio, he's out of Australia. Bender, he's out of Australia. Yeah. You got Geology. He's another
Virginia. He's in Virginia. Yep. So Soundmine's Soul City, yeah, Obscure in Cali. I told him about him in Cali.
Yo.
I didn't want to not say somebody's name because they're like, you didn't say my name and shit. Like,
we're just not. I don't mean to disrespect anybody in the Producers Corner community. Just naming a few people. You know what I'm saying? Like don't get it. You know what I mean? I'm trying to play favorites, but I'm just first names that come to mind when it comes to dopeness, like Sound Minds, Soul City. Like I could go on for days and name dope people. Pariah Rebel. Lincoln Ross.
Yeah, he's in Norway and shit. Yep.
Yeah,
Lincoln Ross, he's in Brazil and shit. You know, these dudes are like, yo.
Shashan's from Algeria.
I could give you some shit what RZA should sound like now.
Word.
Yeah. ZPU Zilla. ZPU Zilla's out there in Germany
right now.
You know, like we got so many.
I want to hear that.
I don't know if y'all see this. I'm about to turn the camera real quick. Oh, no, you can't. It's too, like, all glittered in gold. But I just want to show you I wasn't faking the funk on the purchase. I really did just got it.
Man, thank you, bro. Seriously.
You're great, man. We appreciate you.
I know. As soon as I see Stress the next time, that's gonna be the number one thing.
Send me the link, Doc. I'm gonna get the physicals from L, but I'll purchase the online shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm on it right now.
We would love, you know what I mean? I'm just in a perfect world. We would love some acapella stems to do some.
Oh, that's easy.
Bro, you don't even know. You don't have to do.
You don't want to do a remix to that album? Do the remix to the album. Get the acapellas. We'll get the fucking beats.
Yo, this DM.
Guys, I'm making notes right now. Hold on.
And you know what? One thing too. Is everybody's IGs the same as your names on Zoom?
Yeah. So it's
okay.
Well, you know, you got mine, so you're on both of mine.
Yeah. I got you.
Yeah. No, but that's dope. It's dope, but you guys showing interest. Like, we don't be usually talking to the interviews and bringing it up like this deep. You know what I mean? Like, cause
I mean,
you know, like we reaching, like, yo, come here, take. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know. That's a constant conversation we have because we don't want it to come off as like a thirsty.
That's not
we want it to be like
authentic.
You know what I'm saying?
Authentic, man.
Because none of us are bloodthirsty like that. Like, we're all just like here because we genuinely love this shit. And that's the honest truth. You know what I mean?
We don't consider this as interview. We consider this as a conversation and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean,
man.
Because I'm gonna ask you questions like, you know, I know you guys been through some dumbass questions and shit. Like, why are you asking me that for? Like,
the wake up show is the one question I wanted to ask. Like, how did that even come about? Like, how did you get into contact with you know what I'm saying? Like, was it management? Was it just
you talking about back then? You talking about back in the day? Wake up show?
Yeah.
Nah, man, that was gladiator school. So, wake up show was they'll let you in and like because it wasn't, you know, it was like Fridays or Saturdays at like fucked up o'clock. So you know, it was like 1 a.m. to 3 a.m. So they go in, interview, and then, you know, you go in and they'll let you get on the mic. And if he was trash, he was never gonna come back. And so it's just you know, thank God that, you know, I did well the first time, and you know, whatever, and the Chino excels and the so and so. So we just started becoming, you know, The little gladiators. It was great, you know, because then we were meeting, you know, I met ODB, like, you know, like I started meeting all these people, period, because there was no, you talking about a time when there was no morning radio show. They wasn't playing no rap niggas in the morning. Even if you was like popping, you still was only playing at night. You know, if you was Run DMC or whoever, or, you know, whoever was popping, you know, Biggie and Nas and Jay-Z had to go to the Wake Up Show because they wasn't damn sure wasn't going nowhere else in LA. They wasn't playing that rap shit like that in LA.
Yep, the same out here.
Yeah,
and for us East Coast cats, like that gave us a big opportunity to listen to a lot of people we probably otherwise would have never
heard of.
You know what I mean? Yeah. So that's what I took out of it. I was like, yo, I discovered so many people off the Wake Up Show.
Yeah, man. It was. I mean, the cool thing was that through Sway and Tech, and then I got a homeboy named Chase Infinite, and Chase's cousin worked at Loud. And so we had the outlet for the radio was a Wake Up Show, and there was a venue called what was it? Unity. And so Unity, Bigger B threw it, and he worked at Loud, so he would bring out, because there was no shows for, you know what I'm saying, in LA, it's a big city, but wasn't no hip hop venues. So he created the venue, and that's where the first Busta Rhymes shows, the first MOP, the first Jay-Z, first Biggie, first Nas, they all had to go through there, but because he worked at Loud, we got all of the fucking Loud catalog, so Pun and all that shit, Bob D. But that was like that was our hub. That's all we really had. That was, you know, and just to see how much grew from it, man, is a beautiful thing.
I'm crazy.
Like out here in the East Coast, New York always talks about the Tunnel and everything. The illest club. Yeah. What was the illest club out there in Cali?
That's a good question, man. Unity was the dope hip hop club, but we used to have these bopper clubs, so they were just dangerous little kid clubs before that. Okay. Like we used to have clubs where it was 16 to like 19, and niggas would have gang fights in them and shit. I remember one time, Crondon was there. I didn't really know him, but I remember we had like we weren't gang members, but it was like crew fights.
Yeah.
But some of the homies in the crew were gang members, so then it could always turn into more. But we had like a 50 against 50 fight in the club, like 100 niggas bobbing in the club. I can't remember the name of the jungle. Funk Jungle, maybe that was the name of it. Might have been a club called the Funk Jungle. We used to tear shit up, man. Sneak in 40 bottles, hit niggas in the head with 40 bottles.
Where was that?
We was bad kids, bro. We was definitely bad kids. This is like the 90s. Like early 90s.
Did you ever come to the Tunnel? URL? You guys ever been to the Tunnel?
I went to the Tunnel a couple of times. I went to the Tunnel, and Pun brought me in, man, which, rest in peace. That's one of my great stories is the line was long as fuck. And I'm like, damn, nigga, I am not that important. And then the nigga Pun pulled up and like, Ras, like, come with me. I'm like, oh, this is awesome.
Well, yeah, nigga.
Yo, man, yeah, chilling with Pun. You know what I mean? Yeah, man, Barnum. No. And then I went, oh shit, I was there. I'm actually on stage. You can see me, but not, I'm a little motherfucker. But I also went the only time when Dre and Eminem and Snoop and everybody performed at the Tunnel, which was crazy. And I'm on stage then, but you could barely see me. But I wanted to rhyme because I'm the spitter, but they didn't let me, you know. Damn. They were just rocking their hits, but they killed the Tunnel. That shit was legendary.
We were soaking that up.
El, you been to the Tunnel?
And I caught the tail end of it. I went one night with some friends, like when I first was able to go out, but I don't have any cool, memorable stories. I went in there, fucking spent way too much money that I didn't have. And
I had never been in a club where they made you take your shoes off and search your mouth, like your ass. That shit was crazy. I mean, they didn't do that to us because I was with Pun. I was the band. It was amazing. But then we were sitting upstairs, and I just remember I'd never seen unisex bathrooms. Niggas was fucking in the bathroom. It was popping. I was like, yo, this shit crazy. That's a crazy club, man.
They need to do a documentary on that club, man. They do. They got to do it.
Yeah, that shit was ill.
Yeah, it's just crazy because I remember seeing a lot like you heavy on Instagram like recently when you were dropping a project and you were out in New York and mad people were showing you love. Like their whole Instagram was just lit up with cats just had nothing but love, yo. It was crazy. I was like, man, that's dope.
Yeah, it's a blessing, man. That's second home, man. The city is definitely my second home.
Mm.
Yeah, man. But yeah, that whole tunnel, story. I never been there, you know. You come out of Connecticut, but that shit is crazy, man.
Nah, I never been either.
I don't know why.
It's life changing, man. That shit was crazy.
there was no dress codes and shit in there.
It was on a Sunday, right?
Yeah, it was Sunday nights.
Sunday night.
It was like it's like an airline hangar, emptied out. This shit was crazy, dude. But you couldn't wear chains because niggas get $150 for their chains. So they was like, no more jewelry. They make you hit your shoes. That shit was some real. It's a prison. It was like a prison / club, but bad bitches.
Yeah, but there's bitches.
Bad bitches. Yeah. It was popping, nigga. I probably went all of 4 times, man, but every time, like, awesome. I remember Cool J pulled up once. Yeah, man, it was awesome.
I would have got caught. They would have sent me back out because something would have been sneaker soles or something. Like, I ain't going up in here with nothing.
Bro, they cut. I'm surprised they didn't take their socks off. It was serious in there, bro.
Yeah, I'd have been pissed if they made me take my socks off.
I'm not going in if I take my socks off.
They was taking Timbs, bro, and like making you hit them, dude.
Wow.
Timbs, bro.
Yeah.
Like, so if something fall out, like upside down and click them.
Yeah.
You probably had to put it in your sock.
Right.
I would have been on some funny angry shit. I would have been like, if toe jam is your thing, I guess go have at it. You know what I mean? Like, shit.
Definitely.
If you got to do all that, you might as well not be there.
Shit, it was a lot of bitches, bro. I don't know. It was worth it. It was worth it, man.
That's the deciding factor.
It was so popping in there. Like, you didn't want to not get in the tunnel. That shit was popping.
They were frisking all the women too and everything, right?
They had females. Yeah, they had females. Search them all up. Everything. Yeah, bro.
Wow.
I'm sure a lot of fights broke out in there though and stuff, man. For real, like.
I mean, I'm sure. I never really saw nothing. It was super packed. It's a big ass club. I just, like I said, that first time I ever saw unisex bathrooms and see niggas fucking in the club. It was popping.
That shit is crazy.
I was like, only New York could make some shit like this, man. Like, only New York could. Like, nobody who gets away with whatever's happening in here is insane.
I wonder how many years that shit ran for. Like, yo, that's.
It was years, like 5 at least. I don't know. That's a good question.
They talk about all the older ones, like Latin Quarters and all the joints out there, but they never talk about it like that, the tunnel and shit. Everybody say that shit. I mean, I think we got a fucking interview alone off the tunnel from talking to everybody else on the other shows.
Yeah, I mean, now here I know the block dudes used to be like, "Yo, we going to the tunnel, and you want to go?" I'm like, "Nah, I'm It's a Sunday. I gotta go to work tomorrow." Probably really didn't have to go nowhere, but I was like, "Ah."
So you guys, when you do your vocals, you guys got like a mic and set up in your house and shit with the computer, the Pro Tools and all that shit?
I don't.
No.
Me either.
I always wondered like that. If I was a rapper like that, I think that's what I would have. I remember when I used to talk to G-Rap, he had the Neumann, and this was like, how many, 15 years ago or something like that? He's like, I just record the vocals here, get my money.
Yeah.
Like,
A home studio, that's the quarantine dream, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really enjoy it. I enjoy somebody else. I like having an engineer, a second ear.
Yeah, I like that. I
was in the studio yesterday, and I'll be back in tomorrow and Sunday. But I enjoy that. I don't want to be the jack of all trades, master of none. When it comes to rhyming, I just want to say what the fuck I need to say, and not try to figure out how to rewind it or. Yeah, I'm cool.
And that's ultimately the beauty of it, because I mean, I used to write back in the day, and what happened was I was just like, but damn, I need beats. I just can't be rapping and jacking everybody's beats. You know what I'm saying? I was like, I need beats.
Right.
So at the time, I didn't know anybody that made beats. So I said, well, I got turntables. I pretty much loop, blend records and all that. I said, damn, well, I might as well just, throw my hat in the ring. So I started, but the more I got into it, I ended up just getting fully immersed in that. And then it took away from the writing part. So then until the point where I stopped writing altogether. And now it's just, post-production and that's it.
Right. And I still want to rap a little bit. So I'm going to stick with it.
Yeah.
You guys write? You try your hardest not to ever rhyme the same words again? The same metaphor, the same 3 syllables. You try to. I know some people are like
I think when you said something, or sometimes you probably repeat yourself a few times, but are you really conscious? Like when you're writing a new rhyme, are you like, yo, I said something like that before, I used this word before? Do you recycle, or
I gotta Razzle make fun of me a little bit. I have a really, really good memory.
Yes, he does.
Not for like arguments and shit. Like if you're like, yo, like, if I'm arguing with like a chick and I'm not gonna remember any of that shit. But just when it comes to raps, I can remember like the first raps I wrote. So I already know. Like I got a computer in my head. I was like, I said some shit like that already. That's just my one little like weird
superpower.
What if nobody never heard it before? Would it matter?
No, fuck no. If it works better for what I'm doing now and it's something I never put out.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
But even if it leaked on a small little mixtape I did years ago, I wouldn't use it.
You know who was good for doing that is one of my favorite rappers.
Sean P.
Rest in peace, Sean Price. But he was so dope because his character, who he was.
The line with Raz in it. What was he said? I don't do records with Ras Kass. Records with broke rappers.
Black rappers for fast cash.
Yeah.
Yo, Caswell said that shit too in an interview with us on here too. He's like, because Caswell's supposed to do something with him, and that's what he said. Right? What did he say, Doc?
He said he was feeling self-conscious because he's like, yo. He's like, he didn't get back to me. He didn't even let me know if it was dope. Like, was it that whack? I didn't get a response or whatever. And I guess the actuality of the situation is that it was fire, and Sean P wasn't even trying to like put up nothing. He's like, nah, he already bodied
that. Yeah, man. Sean's, I love Sean, man. He actually developed that style while venting to me. So I always say that's awesome. Yeah. I got the interview where he's like, I was with Ras Kass, it's fucking venting. Then and I was laughing. We were drinking Hennessy. I was like, yeah, do that, because that's when we're like you. It's just stupid. Because he was just stupid. He was like a funny dude. You wouldn't know he was a fucking gang leader that hit motherfuckers in the head with bats and hammers.
He could camouflage himself anywhere and shit. You know what I mean?
He was so comfortable in himself. Very funny, but you could tell behind that it was so angry, a gangster. But he was, he just made me laugh so much, and we just have these, cool ass heart to hearts and philosophical talks and drink and pop shit. So I just had so much fun, man. Like I missed that. Miss my friend, man. That was my guy.
I think that's dope that universally everyone who's had the pleasure of getting to know him on a one-on-one level and having those heart-to-hearts, they all basically they all have the same sentiment. Mm-hmm. I mean, so like it's crazy. Like it's just such a beloved dude, man. Rest in peace, for real.
A lot of people.
The anniversary.
You was probably tight. You was tight with Nipsey too.
No, Nipsey was a little younger than us, so he's my cousin who my other cousin that's in BMF. He was producer for Nip and them. They like I said, like Nip like 34 or something like that. Mm. So my dog years and his dog years totally, especially in rap too. So no. I was acquainted, and we got mutual homies, but. No, I didn't. I saw him. I had a show last time I saw him was maybe like a a year or so or two before he passed, and I had a show in what the fuck is where's copyright from? What is that?
Ohio, Cincinnati, Ohio.
Not Cincinnati.
Cleveland. Is he Cleveland?
Columbus, C-Bus. Yeah. So I had the show in C-Bus, and then my shit was cool, but Nipsey had a show, and I went over there, and everybody was there, and I was like, yeah, nigga, I'm gonna go over here with him. So I finished up quick so I could go over to the Nip show, and had some drinks and had a good time. But yeah, he was a good brother, man.
We did a show with Copy.
Yeah, Copy. Shout out to Copyright.
Yeah, man. Copy got bars too. I think he's fat right now. Shouts out to Fat Copyright. It's like Fat Thor.
No, I heard he's working on his High Exalted 2 album and shit, because we interviewed Vast there and we interviewed Breezy Bruin, and they said they're both on it. So
nice. No, he's such a terror on that mic, man. He got bars.
I remember when he was first with the Eastern Conference and all that shit. The shit he was saying then and shit.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? With that shit was dope. But yeah, so you guys got people watching the audience. Make sure you go support these guys' music as a group. Totally support these brothers, man. You know what I mean? Like let them.
Yeah.
You know, especially now.
Before we go, not saying we leaving. I ain't trying to cut it short. Give us your contacts where everybody could find you at. Just, you know what I mean? Throw that out.
Yeah, the Instas, Twitter.
Yeah, mine is pretty simple. It's at RAS_KASS. And that's pretty much for everything. Hit me on Instagram and you can get to me from there.
Yeah, man. Mine's El Gant, ELGANT, at El Gant, everything.
Do you guys have an Instagram for your group?
Yes, we do.
At Jamo Gang, JAMO.
I'm gonna add you on it right now with the producer.
Really
yo, a quick side note. Why I just searched my pockets when y'all was throwing out the gram numbers and all that. And I'm like, and I got my phone set up on the stand, yo. I'm like, oh,
yeah.
Man, I'm trash, yo.
Well, shit. I do. Hopefully, I don't know if we had a lot more for the interview, because I definitely I got some fam stuff I got to get to it. It's 8 here. It's about to be 8.
All right, no, we can end it right now, right here. But yo, just still for me, I'm gonna end the recording. We'll talk for a few more minutes and then Blake, okay?
Okay.
I'll toss on those beats real quick if you just got like a quick little 3 minutes.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. And episode 12 with my brothers Ras Kass and El Gant. All right.
It was a pleasure, my friends.
Yeah. Thanks for having us, man.
All right.
Does that make it 12 or is that backwards?
That makes it 12. No, that's backwards. All right.
Okay, I'm confused.